This is Gargi from simplesmartmarketing.com, and today we're going to talk about creating an editorial calendar. My favorite tool for a content calendar or a content editorial calendar is actually a Google Calendar. One big advantage of using Google is that your calendar can be shared easily across different teams with your clients, and also you can access your Google Calendar on your desktop, on your tablet, and on your mobile phone. To create a Google Calendar, first you would have to log into your Google Calendar account. You can access Google Calendar with google.com/calendar. There's going to be a link in the description. Once you log into the account, you're usually going to see a weekly overview. The first thing I like to do is click on the month so that your calendar shows a month view. And once you get to that point, you'll see on your left-hand side a link for My Calendars and Other Calendars. My Calendars is where Google puts any calendars you create and that have not been shared with you but are yours and only yours to use, and you own them. When you click on the left arrow next to My Calendar, you'll see a drop-down of all the calendars you have. You first will have a calendar that's usually your username is. That's the default calendar that Google makes for you. Your second is birthdays. That's one Google makes for you as a default as well. And then also reminders. I think that's one I created a while ago. You can use your default calendar, but I like to create a specific one just for editorial calendars. On the right side of My Calendar, you're going to see a little arrow. If you click on that, you'll get a pop-out menu for Create New Calendar and then Settings. Create New Calendar is where we're going to create a calendar. So let's click that. The next screen is where you're going to actually put in the settings for your calendar. So you need to make a calendar name. I'm going to call this Blog Editorial Calendar. Pretty easy to know what that's about. You can add a description if you want. I'm going to make this Eastern time zone because I'm in the East. You could make your calendar public. You can do that if you want to. I would personally advise against that. It's easier to share a calendar via email address. But if you want a public calendar, we can make it public. So when you want to share a calendar, you just type in the email address of whoever you want to share your calendar with. And on the right side, you would set their permission limits. You can set them to view your events, change your events, create events. So whatever, if you're sharing this with a team you collaborate, you can give them permission to edit. If you want to give it to a client to view only, you can make it view only access. And you would click on add the person. And then when you're done with that, just hit create a calendar. And then once you create a calendar, you're going to go back to your main calendar screen. And from here, you can actually start adding events. I clicked on any date. And when you click on a date, you get an event pop out. So you can type in your blog title or your blog topic. If you don't have a title, just use the topic. That's easy. There is a drop-down area on the menu that you can actually pick whichever calendar you want that event to go into, and then create. And then you'll see the event is created. It's in the green box. Then if you go back, create a new calendar. I'll create a calendar for video editorial calendar, and I'll use the same settings that I previously had. Then I'll create an event. I'll use the same date so you can see the different colors, and I'll pick the video, type in my video title. Making videos is fun. Then you'll see I have two events, different colors. The color of the event directly is related to the color of your calendar. If you click on the downward arrow next to your calendar name, you can actually, a color palette pops out. You can pick whatever color you want your calendar to be. But since YouTube is red, I'm going to pick YouTube for red and change the blog calendar to like a purplish shade. And then I'm creating a new calendar for social media posts. And I'll use the same settings as before. Then I'm going to go back and create a social media post. And then you'll see I have 3 events for the same date for different calendars. You can delete an event if you hit delete, and then create is on right next to it. The default setting for your calendar is an all-day event. An all-day event has text with a color box behind it. I'm going to change this one event to a specific time, and then you'll see how that looks. So I'm going to make it for 8:30 in the morning, and then I can change the color of the specific event, which I'm going to do, and you'll see that that takes the color background off, and it makes it just pure text with a little square next to it telling you what color the event is. And you can always undo if you want to undo the change. And then that's it. It's pretty easy to create a Google Calendar. Well, hope this helps you. I'll see you next time.